Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we are diving into one of the most important questions shaping the future of modern warfare, a question that is already creating waves across intelligence circles, Air Force commands, and defense analysts worldwide. The comparison between Israel's F-351 Adir and Russia's Su-57 Felon has moved far beyond theory. It has become the center of discussions about future air superiority, stealth dominance, and the next stage of fifth-generation warfare. As new upgrades, new technologies, and new tactics emerge, the debate over which jet truly leads the future of air combat has intensified like never before. The world is watching closely because whichever aircraft comes out on top may define how sky wars are fought for the next 2 decades. The F-351 Adir is more than just an upgraded stealth jet. It is a redesigned combat system built to merge intelligence, electronic warfare, stealth, and automated decision-making into one lethal platform. Israel has pushed the boundaries of technology with this aircraft, transforming it from a traditional fighter jet into a flying data fusion machine that sees more, reacts faster, and locks targets with precision beyond standard expectations. On the other side, the Su-57 represents Russia's attempt to challenge Western stealth dominance. It is built for speed, maneuverability, and multi-role versatility, combining advanced radar capabilities with supercruise and supermaneuverability. Both jets symbolize different philosophies of warfare. The F-351 is about information, stealth, and coordination. The Su-57 is about power, speed, and aggressive engagement. This contrast is what makes this rivalry so intense. When we look at stealth alone, the F-351 pulls ahead due to its deeply redesigned body, new RAM layers, and improved shape optimization. The Su-57, while incorporating stealth elements, still has design compromises due to Russia's manufacturing limitations and aerodynamic preferences. The F-351 was created to disappear from radar screens, while the Su-57 was created to dodge and outmaneuver threats. These two approaches explain why the F-351 performs better in first-strike scenarios while the Su-57 aims to dominate in close-range engagements. The question becomes which matters more in real war, staying invisible or outmaneuvering the enemy once detected. Radar systems play an equally crucial role in this comparison. The F-351 combines ESA radar with distributed aperture sensors and advanced electronic warfare jammers that overwhelm enemy detection systems. It does not simply hide, it hacks and blinds the enemy. The Su-57's radar strength comes from its multi-band radar layout, including L-band arrays embedded in its wings. These systems are meant to detect stealth aircraft that rely only on high-band evaporation techniques. However, Israel's entire F-351 electronic warfare suite was designed to counter multi-band detection. This means radar battles between these two aircraft are far more complex than traditional engagements. It is not just about who sees the enemy first, but whose electronic warfare brain is smarter. One of the biggest mysteries surrounding the F-351 program is the exact power of its upgraded mission computer. Analysts believe this jet processes data to nearly 4 times faster than the older configuration. This gives the aircraft decision space superiority, meaning the pilot gets information before the enemy even realizes what is happening. In aerial combat, time is everything. A 1-second advantage can be the difference between firing the first missile or being targeted. With the Su-57, Russia emphasizes maneuverability and kinetic engagement. With the F-351, Israel emphasizes information and pre-strike intelligence. This is why the F-351 excels in beyond visual range combat. The Su-57 relies on speed and post-detection reaction, while the F-351 aims to finish the fight before it even begins. Weapon systems shift the balance further. The F-351's compatibility with precision standoff weapons and its ability to launch missiles without breaking stealth make it a dangerous long, Range threat. Israel is believed to be testing next-generation air-to-air weapons designed for extended-range engagements. Meanwhile, the Su-57 carries powerful close, range and long-range missiles with high maneuverability. It has the advantage when fights move into tight dogfight situations, but the crucial point is whether the Su-57 can close the distance before the F-351 detects it and fires. This is where the debate becomes more complicated. Real warfare rarely plays out in clean categories. Weather, electronic interference, ground-based radar systems, and support aircraft all shape outcomes. Another advantage for the F-351 is its networking capability. Israel designed this aircraft to operate as part of a battlefield web, communicating with drones, missile systems, satellite feeds, and ground operators simultaneously. The Su-57 has limited networking capabilities due to Russia's aging satellite infrastructure. In a modern battlefield where information decides victory, the ability to coordinate with multiple systems is often more important than raw engine power or maneuverability. The F-351 creates a digital bubble around itself, turning every friendly asset into part of its sensor network. The Su-57 pilots rely more on their own instruments and onboard detection. In training simulations and expert assessments, stealth jets that dominate long-range detection usually win first-strike engagements. This points toward the F-351. But real combat introduces unpredictability. Russia's strength lies in layered air defense networks, and if the Su-57 is supported by advanced ground radar, it becomes a more dangerous opponent. Meanwhile, Israel's strength lies in precision intelligence and long-range strike doctrine. These competing strategies make the rivalry fascinating. The future of air combat will depend on which doctrine proves more effective: Russia's high maneuver counter stealth strategy or Israel's information-centric stealth versus strategy. When it comes to battlefield adaptability, the F-351 again shows strength. It was designed to change mission profiles mid-flight using AI-assisted computing. The Su-57, while advanced, still depends heavily on pilot skill. Russia's pilot training programs traditionally emphasize aggressive tactics, high-G maneuvers, and improvisation. Israel's training emphasizes information processing, precision, and coordinated operations. These differences reflect the two nations' overall military philosophies. In a head-on confrontation, pilot skill would matter as much as hardware. But with the F-351 giving the pilot more automated support, the workload decreases, allowing decisions to be made faster. Maintenance and operational readiness also shape long-term effectiveness. The F-351 is built around digital diagnostics, meaning issues are detected before they become failures. The Su-57, due to Russia's industrial challenges, lacks the same level of predictive maintenance. This means Israel can deploy more aircraft more often with fewer maintenance hours. In a prolonged conflict, readiness often determines victory, not just weapon quality. A jet that flies 90% of the time is more effective than a jet stuck on the ground waiting for parts. The global impact of this rivalry cannot be underestimated. Countries observing the performance of both jets will decide future purchases, alliances, and strategies. If the F-351 proves superior, it strengthens Israel's aerospace industry and its security partnerships. If the Su-57 proves strong, Russia gains influence in regions seeking alternatives to Western technology. This competition is not only about dominance in the sky, but influence on the global stage. As we move deeper into 2025, the likelihood of real encounters, even indirect ones, increases. Airspace tensions, regional conflicts, and proxy engagements could bring these jets closer than ever. Analysts believe that the first real test of this rivalry will not be a full-scale war but a limited confrontation, perhaps in contested zones or during strategic intercept missions. Such an encounter would reveal much about how each jet performs under real pressure. Until then, simulations and analysis point to the same conclusion. The F-351 dominates in detection and long range combat, while the Su-57 dominates in maneuverability and close-in engagement. Ultimately, the future of air combat is not decided by one factor alone. It is a combination of stealth, sensors, weapons, pilot training, electronic warfare, networking, and national strategy. The F-351 leans heavily toward information warfare, making it a smarter, more connected, and more precise jet. The Su-57 leans toward raw performance, speed, and aggressive capabilities. The outcome of this rivalry will depend on the conditions in which they meet. If the battle begins at long range, the F-351 has the advantage. If it becomes a close-range dogfight, the Su-57 gains the upper hand, but because modern air combat increasingly favors long-range detection, stealth, and electronic warfare, the scales currently tilt toward the F-351. In the end, this rivalry is shaping the future of how nations think about air power. Technology is pushing warfare into an era where information outranks speed and precision outranks maneuverability. As upgrades continue and both aircraft evolve, the world will watch closely to see which jet truly controls the sky of tomorrow.